It is all yourself. Every bit of it. There's nothing that is not you. There's only one energy that made everything in the universe. And they call that energy God. And that energy is the field that all things emerge from. And it is the energy that creates the particle universe that everything that you've ever seen, touched, felt is made of. It is the energy that holds the space for the non-physical realms as well. It is the energy that made absolutely everything that has ever been and ever will be, that is now, and it is what you are. This energy can be called consciousness. It can be called awareness. But what it is a presence. It is a being. It is a state of existing. This energy, it has always existed, and it will always exist. And that is the truth of what you are. And this is what the ancients, the mystics, talk about, like, you have to die before you die to live forever. And it's in the sense of the human being. You have to realize that you're not just a human being. You're the awareness that is perceiving the human being, that is watching the human being's experience right now. So you are the human being, but you're also something that is timeless, that is beyond a human being, that exists within the human being. And every single human being there is, every plant, every animal, everything that has ever been is this energy. And it is yourself. This is what it means when we say everything is love. Everything is quite literally this energy. And anything that happens, this energy cannot be scratched, it cannot be touched, it cannot be tarnished, it cannot be influenced, it cannot... All that it does is perceive and watch everything. It is experiencing the material and the non-material play from a state of stillness. And this, in my personal understanding, is what you would consider Shiva. It is the awareness, the space that watches all of creation. And then the feminine side of this energy is creation itself. It is the compassionate, mothering energy of the universe that creates and designs and is artistic and that flows and dances and plays. And this is the feminine aspect, which is creation itself. And when the parts of creation, the actual physical creation aspect of creation, starts to realize itself as the watcher, that is when Shiva and Shakti become one, the unified self. And this is the thing, this is the truth of who you are. You have always been, you will always be. After the human being passes, you're going to be there. Most of us have done this quite a few times, tens, hundreds, thousands of times, in this planet and other planets. And there's going to be a lot more remembrance of these past lives, of these multi-dimensional aspects of our own self within our own heart. And I like to speak about past lives and remembering these. The reason that we're able to is because every single life that has ever been was you. It's not separate from you. It's the same thing that you are. The same energy that's within this person right now is the conscious awareness of the Supreme Being. The same awareness that is within you right now is the conscious awareness of the Supreme Being. And this is what, when we talk about the Akashic records, this is what it means. And the only way to access your memory as the Supreme Being is to allow the person to surrender and basically die into the Supreme. Realizing that you're not just a person allows you to have your consciousness expand beyond just a person, where the border of your consciousness is no longer the skin of the body of the person. Your consciousness expands and you realize yourself as the trees, as the wind, as the rain, as the sun, as the stars. These are all an external projection of what you are. It is the entire world, the entire universe is you. And a little part of you, a fractal version of that right now, which is what your human being is out exploring yourself. Because there's nothing that is not you. Everything that is you. And as we move around this physical realm, it is just exploring our internal state that has been projected out into a physical reality for us to basically come play in. And what the energy of devil energy is an illusion that we are separate from the Most High, this supreme being that resides within each and every single one of us. And when we believe in that separation, we create that separation. We create a prison to block ourselves off from God. And that is what so much of societal's conditioning and structure has been on purpose designed for. It is designed to cut you off from creation, so that you believe that you're cut off from it. And this is what allows the ultra wealthy elite ruling class to siphon off the energy and the wealth of the whole planet. And they are under an illusion of this devil energy as well. They believe themselves to be separate from God and separate from each and every one of us. The thing is, once you have self-realization, you realize every other single human being, everything that ever has been, is you. It's just you from a different angle. All that there is this awareness, this consciousness. And as it flows through a particular set of experiences, this is what makes a personality. This personality of this body, Matthew Miller, was created through these specific life experiences that consciousness has. And when consciousness has the specific life experiences that Matthew Miller has had, it creates this personality. Just like when consciousness flows through a specific set of experiences that you have had, that is how your personality is created, of your person. But the awareness within each of these is exactly the same. It is no different. And this is also a reflection on life and death. And the thing is that death is like a setting sun. The sun does not disappear. It just rises somewhere else. And this is how consciousness, how the supreme being is. There's nothing ever to fear, and there's nothing that you will ever miss out on, because it is you that has lived every single lifetime that there has ever been. Every new person that's born, the consciousness within it is the same consciousness that is within you. It is you experiencing everything in real time. How you feel like, I'm here, I'm this person, oh, this is me. You feel like that in every single plant, animal, person, stone, everything in creation is you. You just don't realize it because your consciousness is focused on this pinpoint part of yourself, which is this human being that's experiencing right now. But the more that we can allow our human being to surrender and to become one with the supreme being, which is what Christ taught, how to become one, unified with God the Father, or you could call it the Mother, whatever you would like to talk to this energy as. I like to call it Father, Mother, Life, or Great Spirit. But it is a unified self. And the more that we decouple our attachment to the specific personality, to this specific body, to this personhood, the more we're able to access different aspects of our consciousness, which is past lives, which is higher dimensional beings, which is our guides and ancestors. All of these things are very real and very accessible to you. It's not magic, it's not woo-woo, it's not fairy tales. It's very, very, very real. It's more real than the material reality that the illusions of separation have stuck us into. And the more that you trust this energy and surrender into it, the more you have access to these very profound, personal, mystical experiences. And I just want you to understand that these experiences are you leading yourself back home. And the thing is, every single soul in the universe is going to come back home. And the truth of the matter is they are resting in that place now, the kingdom of heaven. It is a place that we have never left, truly. None of us have left. The universe, that it being infinite, every single point in the universe is the center of the universe. It's everywhere is its center. So in every point, each person is the center of the universe. Each person is the one true self embodied into a human being, experiencing fractals of itself so that it can interact. And this is what I like to think about God, is God was so overflowing with love that it just could not contain itself, and it exploded into infinity to share this love with an infinite number of selves. And this process never stops. This love will expand infinitely and then contract infinitely. And this is like the heartbeat of God, of the entire universe, the expansion and retraction, expansion and retraction. And it is like this dance of black holes and white holes, if you will, where energy comes from one place and moves into another. And then energy is sucked in from one part of the self and then expanded into another aspect of the self. It is a continual experience that never stops. We have always been doing this, and we will always be doing this. And we like to come into this human experience and this separation to forget who we are, because the remembrance of coming home to that is so incredibly beautiful and blissful. It is like a spiraling into deeper and deeper bliss and joy and understanding and safety and trust. And the more that we cultivate practices in our life that tell the person and the personality that it is separate from God, the further away these experiences are. But I want to touch on, it's really quite irrelevant, because the doors to samsara, which is like the suffering of the material universe, are never going to close until every soul has returned back home to nirvana. And this is a process that it's literally like the heartbeat of the universe. It expands and it comes back in, and it expands, and we separate ourselves, and then we come back into one, and then we expand, and then we come back into one. But all souls, regardless, will always be resting in the kingdom of heaven. They have never been anywhere but it. You have never been anywhere but the kingdom of heaven. This material experience is somewhat of a dream that yourself, the unified being, the supreme being, awareness itself, is experiencing. All things, even the material realm, it's not physically actually here. It is all vibration. And specific stacks of vibration kind of crystallize into what is perceived as a material universe. But I mean, you can listen to science when they get down to the very bottom, in between all of these atoms and, electrons and neutrons and protons, and it goes deeper than that. But at the very bottom, it is nothing but fluctuating fields of energy. It is just vibrating energy. And that's what makes up everything, is the energy that is God, that is a loving awareness. And that, my friends and my family, is what you are. That is what you are, in truth. It's what you've always been, and is what you will always be. There is nothing but it. There's nothing but you. There's nothing that exists outside of you. You're all that is, and all that has ever been. When you look outside of the person and you see mountains and trees and rivers and other cars and other people, it's all you, every bit of it. And the more that we can come into this understanding and treat everything outside of us as ourself, because it is, the faster we will realize heaven here on earth. And the faster thy kingdom will truly come and be manifest in the physical realm. So this is why I speak about these things so much. I don't, it's not my personality, Matthew Miller, that's like, I want to talk about these things. I can't not. The Spirit moves through me, and I must speak these things. And it's like, a lot of the time I'm like, trust me, I don't even particularly want to. I fucking rile people up, and especially like devout Christians. And the thing is, it's nothing but love. I understand the parts of the Bible that are illusion and have been all mixed in with Christ and Christ's message. And the thing is, Christ is one of the original beings who came to this truth. But this is a truth that has been known to many beings, many prophets, many teachers, many yogis, many people. Throughout the ages, this truth has been apparent. The ancients knew this truth. And through co-creation with Great Spirit, with the energy that is what all things are, is how they've truly made the pyramids and things like this. It's not like the conventional understanding that we have been taught. But I say this to speak on Christianity and the Bible, because so much of Genesis and so much of the kind of God's chosen people, all of this stuff is it's a fundamentalism of exclusionary expression. It is saying that you're not as good as something and that certain people are more loved by God. The thing is, all people that have ever been are God's children, are God's chosen people. Every single one. And anything that tells you anything other than that is illusion and is the devil. Anything that tells you that every single human being is not equal and is not literally the Most High God embodied is an illusion, and it is not true. It is a lie. God is the only thing that exists, and it is what you are. And I'm not saying like the person, the human being, is the totality of God. I'm saying the person, the human being, is a tiny little piece of yourself that you're experiencing right now. It is one puzzle piece out of a literal infinite number of puzzle pieces. That is the truth of who you are. You're the entire puzzle, not just one piece. And this is what I mean when I say you're God. I do mean that. And you're able to connect with the fullness of yourself by realizing this truth and by cultivating practices to find spaciousness and to work with our personality and the ego and to allow it to have its difficult times and to allow it to feel all of the hardship and all of the pain and all of the everything that makes us feel separate. In truth, friends and family, at least through my personal experience, this is the biggest blessing that our self can give us, because through my experience, I experienced such pain multiple times in my life, and that it was like I could not handle it. It broke my mind, body, spirit wide open to the truth. And I realized that there was so much more than just a human being. And I was quite literally resting in the kingdom of heaven, in the part of myself that has always been the fullness of myself, I should say. And that this part of myself is literally just a blink. It is a scene in the movie of yourself. This is another reason why it's like there's nothing to fear from death. Because yes, this person will pass, but you will become all of the persons who are continually born. It's the same energy that's within you, that's within all things. And it feels like a separate person that each of us are experiencing. It's because consciousness is just focused on that one point. I love you so much, family. I had no plans of getting in that deep. I don't know why yeah. That was like channeled, most of it. A lot of that. I had no really control over where the conversation was going. Spirit moving through me. Much love, Great Spirit. We love you. And thank you for your guidance and your messages. And I'm going to have to listen to that back. I love you, family. Send in my prayers and my blessings and my love and my light and anything that you need. I love you.